Okay, starting the video. So we're going to sit right at the edge of our chair. We'll take that deep breath in through our nose and let it out. Again, deep breath in and let it out. Now we're going to shrug those shoulders up to our ears, and then we're just going to let them fall. Okay, you can add a breath if you would like, taking that deep breath in and then blowing it out. Okay, deep breath in and then blowing it out. Sometimes that fast movement kind of relieves some tension, sometimes it doesn't. So if you feel like it doesn't, maybe go slower than what we are today. Good. Then you'll relax that. I'm going to have you open your chest to the ceiling. You can look up at the ceiling if your neck is ready for that. And then you're going to pull that chin in the chest and press that spine out to the back of your chair. You start reaching forward towards those knees with your fingertips. Good. And open that chest up again. On the next one, if you want to reach to the ceiling, you're more than welcome to. Good. And then you'll press that spine out to the ceiling, or to the back of your chair, not to the ceiling. Good. This time you can reach to that ceiling if you want. Taking that deep breath in if you want. Opening that chest up. And then letting that breath out and pressing that spine out to the back of your chair. Reaching those fingertips towards your knees. Good, and then you'll relax that upright in a seated position. You're going to drop those arms and you'll take that deep breath in. You'll lean and reach to your right with that left arm next to your ear. And then you're going to drop those fingertips above that ear, and then you're going to just let the weight of your arm give you that stretch in that right side of your neck. Good, and then you'll let that go. You'll take a deep breath in. You'll lean and reach to the left. That right arm is right next to your ear. Dropping those fingertips and then letting the weight of that arm stretch out the left side of your neck. Good, one more time on each side. Deep breath in. Let that breath out. Good, deep breath in. And letting that breath out. Good, and then you'll relax those arms down next to your side. You'll take that deep breath in, you'll reach to that ceiling and reach it out in front. We have two more of those. Deep breath in and reach. And bring those arms around. This time you're going to bring both of those arms around to your left. You might set them right there on your chair, maybe on your hip, but you're going to elongate that torso. I like taking that left hand and just grabbing the seat of my chair. And then we're simply going to rotate over to that right side. Good, and then we'll relax those hands back into our lap. We're going to start rocking those hips side to side, lifting that right rear end cheek up and then that left. It's like we're making a smiley face with that pelvis. Good, and we'll relax that still right here in the middle. Those hands can stay right there in your lap. And you're going to start your torso rotations to your left. They might be big torso rotations. Your body might not be ready for that, and you might stay right here comfortable in a smaller rotation. You can add that breath. So When you come upright, you can take that deep breath in, let that breath out as you rotate. Give me 2 more to the left. Good, and then you'll sit nice and upright and pull that right knee into chest. You're gonna circle that right ankle. You're gonna circle it 4 in. Good, and then 4 out. Good, and then you'll relax that leg down, and then you're gonna start those torso rotations to your right. Again, find that range of motion that feels comfortable to you. You can take that deep breath in when you're seated nice and upright, and let that breath out as you rotate that torso. Good, give me 2 more on the right. Figures I'd get the squeaky chair for the video, right? Good thing it's only 20 minutes. And then we're gonna pull that left knee into chest, and you're gonna circle 4 in. Good, and then you'll circle 4 out. Good, and then you'll relax that foot down. Now you're gonna lift up that right toe with that left heel, and you're just gonna rock those feet forward and back. You're gonna make those O's with that index finger and that thumb, pushing your nail into the tip of that thumb, and you're gonna say O. Good, and then you're gonna rock those fingers down and up. Good, and then your middle finger, and you're gonna say O. Good, and this time you're going to try to put those circles right over your eyeballs. And then you're going to try to open up that chest. Good, and release that, and you're going to swing those arms a couple times. Good, now you're going to do your ring fingers, and you're going to say, oh. Good, and this time you're going to reach out to me like you're on the runway, telling the plane to come in, right? And you're gonna crisscross those wrists. So the left hand's on top, and then you're gonna point those thumbs down and the palms face each other. And you're gonna try to grab a hold of those hands or interlace those fingers, and you're gonna reach out to me and round that upper back. Good, can you bring that right next to your ears? Good, and then you're gonna let that go, and then you're gonna do those pinky fingers to the thumbs, and you're gonna say, oh. Good, bring that plane on in. Here we go, come on, let me see it. All right, now you're gonna cross that right wrist over that left wrist. You're gonna start pointing those thumbs down, the palms come together, and then you're gonna reach out to me. Good, can you bring those right next to your ears? Good, and you're gonna release that down. Now you're gonna get all the way to the edge of your chair without falling out. And you're gonna walk your hips all the way back. You're gonna take a deep breath in right here. And you're gonna let it out. Now you're gonna walk that forward. So you're at the edge, and you're gonna slide that right foot out in front of you. And you're gonna wave that foot side to side really slow, like you're trying to say hi to me in slow motion with your foot. Good. Now you're gonna hinge from your hips, so these crests of the hips are gonna pull back as far as you can. And then you're going to lean that forward. Your jawline will still be in. Maybe you can reach out to that ankle. Maybe you can clasp those hands and put it over that foot, forefoot. Good, and then you're gonna relax that back up. You should be at the edge of your chair, and you're gonna walk those hips back again, all the way to the back of your chair. You're gonna take a deep breath in through the nose, and you're gonna let it out. And you're gonna walk that all the way to the edge of your chair. You're gonna slide that left heel out. You're gonna hinge from those hips, and you'll slide maybe down to the ankle. Maybe you can clasp those hands and put it right over your foot. You're trying to pull the crest of those hips back as far as what you can. Good, and then you'll slowly relax that all the way up, and you're gonna rotate that in your chair to your right. Good. You're gonna take that outside arm, and you're gonna lean and reach to the back of your chair. Good, and from here we're gonna add movement. So we'll reach that arm out in front, and then we're gonna open that arm up behind us. We're gonna try to look at that thumb if we can. Good, and then we'll pull that arm through and take a deep breath in, and we'll reach to the back of our chair, reach it out in front, and reach back. And one more time, pull that arm through, take a deep breath in, reach to the back of our chair. Reach it out in front, open that arm up behind us, and then bring that through. And then we're going to come up in our chair. So we'll come up into this high lunge position. And we haven't done this yet in class before, so it might be something that is gonna be challenging for you, but I want you to try this. So we're gonna take this outside hand, we're gonna try to put it right here in our chair. And then we're gonna try to open our chest up to the back of the chair, reaching up with that arm, doing a little bit of rotation before we come down into a calf stretch. You can kind of push off that chair to open up that chest more if you can't get there. And then we're gonna bring that arm, reach towards the ceiling, down to the back of our chair. And then we're gonna come up into that high lunge position. We're gonna set that back heel down till we feel a calf stretch. So that front knee is bent, that back leg is straight, and we should be feeling a calf stretch back there. Once you get here, you might rock that pelvis a little bit and try to put it in neutral so you don't have, thinking of your pelvis as a bucket of water and you're not dumping water out of the front or the back of your bucket. And now you're gonna hold that core in tight, and you're gonna come up into hip flexion and hold. So we're right here, you can hold on to the chair. If you want to, you can close your eyes. And I'm gonna count you down 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, we're gonna put that foot down, and we're gonna come to the back of that chair, and we're gonna go into our modified down dog position. So that head goes right in between our shoulders. We're pressing back from those hips, feeling that stretch across our rear end. Remember, you can always add some breaths right here. We're gonna release that head, and then we'll walk into that chair. And then we're gonna come around to the front of that chair. We're gonna bring those arms right next to our ears, and we're gonna come down into our chair pose. So we're getting close to that seat. Our knees are staying away They're pointed straight ahead. And then we'll have a seat and rotate to our left. We'll take that deep breath in and we'll reach to the back of our chair, reach out in front and open that chest up, reaching behind. And then we'll bring that arm through and take another deep breath in. Reach out in front, reach back, and pull that arm through. Last one, deep breath in. Reach that out in front, reach back, and we'll pull that through, and then we're going to come up into that high lunge position. Zipping this up real quick. So we're in this high lunge position. I'm going to have you, what are we doing this? Oh, we came up into our hip flexion. So high lunge position, remember here, you're going to tilt that pelvis and make sure it's nice and comfortably straight. And then I want you to drop your heel down to the floor. You did something else, but I can't think of what it is.
We put our hand down.
Oh, that's right, we rotated.
Yeah.
We will on this side too. We'll do this backwards and we'll do the calf stretch first. So you're gonna do that foot nice and straight behind in your calf stretch, feeling that calf. We're getting down to the end of the class and I'm thinking about how I'm gonna cool you down in 2 minutes of time. You guys might have to
We can do
cool
it
down.
ourselves. We know how to cool
I know.
down.
I know. Okay, now you're gonna lift your heel up. So this is what we did on the other side that we haven't done before. So you're gonna bring that hand down, and if you can, you're gonna rotate that chest open to the back of your chair. For me, even pushing against that chair helps me open my chest up a little bit more. And sometimes if you squeeze that core in tight, it'll allow you to open up a little bit more too. Now we're gonna release out of that, and we're gonna drop that heel down for a second, and then we're gonna come up into hip flexion for 10. You can close your eyes too. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can go to the back of that chair. And I'm just going to show you your variation of this, and then I'm going to shut my video, and then you need to know that you need to cool down. So you can do some torso rotations, you can go through your whole body, turning that head side to side, doing some shoulder rolls, doing some side bends, maybe some leg extensions, and then you want to settle in and do a little bit of meditation. So your variation of your modified down dog would be to go to your left and hold. I'm not holding today. And then go to your right. Okay, once you get into your chair, you can go head to toe. So you can do some neck movement. You can do some shoulder movement. You can do some side bend. You can even reach and side bend. You could do some torso rotations, some modified cat-cows. You could do some hip rotations, okay? And then you could do some leg extension, and then you can do some rocking of the feet. And then I want you to settle into your chair, close those eyes down, check in with your body, and then check in with your mind, and then let your mind be still. And I will see you next Thursday for practical yoga. All right, thank you.